Hey guys, TrueGreen7 here, and whether you're a hardcore Pokemon fan or played Generation 1 as a kid and stopped there, you can agree that the Pokemon in Gen 1 had some pretty unusual and oftentimes lazy names. For example, Seal, Muck, Coughing, and Jinx are just real words that were misspelled, and Ekans is just snake backwards. But just like every generation, there are a great deal of Pokemon from Kanto that have some pretty creative, witty, and straight up interesting names. Some names sound stupid but are actually well thought out, or simply make more sense than you think. I would like to show you guys some of the Generation 1 Pokemon with names that are more than meets the eye. Let's begin with Pidgeotto. Now you may think that the Pidgey family has some pretty straightforward names. You know, Pidgey's a pigeon. But what the hell does the Odo in Pidgeotto mean? Well, it turns out that Odo is half of Diciotto, which is Italian for 18, the same exact level that Pidgey evolves into Pidgeotto. The name may as well be a nod to Otto Lilienthal, a pioneer in aviation, cause both birds and planes fly. Mind blown. There is also a bunch of Pokemon that share their English names with their original Japanese names. It just so happens that Lapras is a corruption of Laplas, which is Lapras's Japanese name. So you're probably thinking that it gets its name from the fact that it has no lap, cause it's Laplace. No, actually, Laplace is a reference to Pierre-Simon Laplace, a mathematician who wrote several books on the mathematical properties of the sea and tides. Now how about we kick it up a notch? You know which Pokemon you should be scared to death of? Raticate. Why? Cause its name is a pun of the words rat and eradicate, meaning to destroy. I bet Marowak has a hardcore name too. Well, you know the flesh-colored fat tissue inside a bone? That's marrow. And what does Marowak do? Whack people with a bone filled with marrow. I hope you get it by now. But you know who would enjoy a bone? Arcanine. Cause it's a dog. That explains the canine part of its name, but what does the arc in Arcanine mean? Well, Arcanine is a portmanteau of the words arcane and canine. If something is arcane, that means that it's mysterious and not fully understood, which explains Arcanine's legendary status. Another powerful Pokemon with a mysterious name is Gyarados. Gyarados may derive from, pardon my Japanese, Gyakusatsu, which means massacre or slaughter. As we know, this relates to Gyarados' violent nature. Gyaku also means reverse or contrary, possibly referring to how Gyarados evolves from a weak Magikarp to a horrifyingly deadly Gyarados. The middle part of its name may involve Arashi, meaning storm, or Arasoi, meaning conflict. The last part of its name may come from Dosu, the Japanese onomatopoeia for the piercing of flesh. Again, we're talking about the violent beast that is Gyarados. Another violent beast would be Kangaskhan. All Kangaskhan's are overly protective of their babies, and would kill you if you threaten them. This violent nature is alluded to in its name, as we all know that it's a pun on Genghis Khan, the ruthless founder of the Mongol Empire. Oh, and kangaroos of course. Can't forget those. By now you understand that a lot of Pokemon are just puns. Victreebel is a combination of victory, tree, and bell. The reason that the bell in Victreebel is spelled with one L is because of the character limit in Gen 1. And finally, we can talk about the almighty Mew. Mew has a billion different reasons for being called Mew. In Japanese, Myo means strange or unusual. Mew is also the sound a kitten makes, referring to Mew's cat-like appearance. It could also be derived from the word mutate or mutant, which is basically plausible since Mewtwo, the mutated clone of Mew, kinda sounds like mutant. Well, how about that? I hope you enjoyed and learned something new at the same time. If you also want to learn about some unusual Pokemon species names, make sure to check out this video on Bulbatube. Bulbatube has a whole series of videos about weird Pokemon species names from each generation. The latest one is about the weird species names from Generation 6, and it's pretty interesting. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you guys very soon.